Hey YouTubers, it's Nuke again. We finally made it. We're at the semifinals here. This is the first game between GGPlay and Fantasy. I am very excited. I've been doing a lot of research on both players, trying to get some background on them. It's a little bit hard to do that for Fantasy because Fantasy has a very shallow record so far. I think he's had 5 games against Zerg, and he's lost 4 of them. But you know, that's only 5 games. You can't tell how good a person is by 5 games. So, who knows? Maybe he's great against Zerg. But yeah, GGPlay, I'd kind of underestimated him going into the last matches. I'd known that he had won an OSL against Iris last year, but I'd never seen any of those games. And I went back and watched him the other day, and man, couldn't even believe what I was missing out on. I did favorite the 5th game in that set. It's on my front page. That's probably one of my favorite ZVT games I've ever seen. But yeah, if you have the time, I would recommend watching that entire series of games because it's just inspiring. Yeah, GGPlay looking very confident here. I think he's hungry to get another OSL championship. And Fantasy looking a little bit nervous, I gotta say. He is a new player, so that's probably understandable. Once you get this high, you've got a lot of pressure on you to succeed. And we'll see what happens. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This game is going to be on Plasma. So, if Fantasy's going to win one, he's probably going to win on this map. Let me get my positions. 10 o'clock position, we have GGPlay and Teal. He is the Zerg player. Looking confident. And at the 3 o'clock position in red, the Terran player is Fantasy. Looking like he's going to hyperventilate. Yeah, Fantasy not looking that confident, I gotta say. But who knows, maybe he'll surprise us in these games. Like I said, if he is going to win one, I think he will win on this map. This map will be played later, if it goes on later. But yeah, this is not a Zerg-favored map. GGPlay did beat Flash on this, but that's just because Flash played pretty poorly, I gotta say. Switching to mech at just the wrong time, and GGPlay was able to capitalize. But, who knows? I have no idea who's going to win. This is a very unpredictable match, especially with Fantasy's shallow record. Let's see. My advice to Fantasy would probably be to go air. Just get a lot of air units, take the air, get that map maneuverability so he can expand wherever he wants. Because it takes a while to break those eggs. You see Fantasy is moving out with a scout right now. Probably going to see that Overlord headed towards his base. There are white people in the audience. Yeah, it looks like both players are going to scout each other at the right positions, so... Hey, another white guy. A lot of white people in the audience today. But, yeah. Both players are going to scout each other first, so neither player is really going to have a huge advantage there. Wait, this is not a scout from Fantasy. Fantasy is building a barracks down here. We'll see what he does with this. And his gas, so Fantasy is probably going for a mech build here. He's building that barracks kind of out there, so I'm guessing he's going to float it over as a scout. You see that GGPlay already has his gas up, so probably looking at another fast lair build from GGPlay, which definitely benefited him in his game against Flash. You see the lair going up already, so very fast lair build. With lurkers, he'll be able to break through the eggs in no time. And kind of a proxy factory here in the middle from Fantasy. I'm not sure if he really needs to build a proxy on this map. I'm trying to think of what he's going to do with this. He's probably going to get some vultures out, try to push them through the eggs with that barracks trick, landing the barracks on the vulture and pushing it through the eggs. And GGPlay, I think, needs to block his ramp right now. If he wants to... Yeah, it looks like he is going to block that ramp. Yeah, on this map, the ramp up into the base is so small that it's... I think it's definitely in the player's advantage to at least put a drone there, or an SCV, because it only takes like one drone or SCV to block the ramp. And that's not much of a sacrifice at all to deny scouting information. You see GGPlay is expanding to the 12 o'clock base right now. And yeah, it looks like Fantasy is floating his barracks over, so he's going to be going strictly for a mech build. And he's building 2 factories here in the middle. Very interesting play. I'm not sure how well this is going to work out for him. He's probably going to get some tanks out to break through those eggs. I can't see him breaking through with much else, really. Vultures are weak as hell. You see he is pushing a vulture through. He might be able to get a lot of damage done here, but a sunken colony going up already. It looks like GGPlay has scouted that. And GGPlay is prepared here. He's keeping that vulture away, and now that sunken is up, so that vulture's not going to do anything. I wonder if GGPlay did scout that in the middle. I'm sure he saw Fantasy's base, and maybe that was enough to make him build that sunken colony. He saw that Fantasy didn't have a whole lot, and now you see Fantasy is chipping away at that 12 o'clock base from GGPlay. GGPlay is building a spire, so he's going to have plenty to deal with that soon. And there's the barracks floating over, finally going to get the scout on that early layered tech. Yeah, GGPlay just barely got his second base up. He's going to be going 2 base Mutilus, trying to get at that vulture, but that vulture, might be, he gets the last Zergling there. That vulture is at low life though, so one more Zergling hit will probably take it down. You see Mutilus popping out right now, and there are Goliaths out for for Fantasy. And Fantasy has an engineering bay there, probably to be able to build turrets and protect his base from any kind of drop or any from the Mutilus. Yeah, you see he is building turrets right now.